Hey, what is up? Facebook, Ricky V here. I haven't done a Facebook Live or been so much active on Facebook the last few months, but hey, life is good, and I wanted to do a quick Facebook Live before the year ends, right? And the year's going to end here shortly. But I wanted to do a Facebook Live before the year ends because just want to drop some nuggets, have some fun with you all, and say what's up to everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, couple things. My Facebook Messenger is blowing up like crazy right now. So if I have not replied to you, please be patient with me. Number two, I love you, and I hope you love me back. But hey, Marcus, what's up, man? Hey, sending you a big hug and love your way. I know you've had a rough time lately, but just wanted to say that I'm praying for you. Anyone that's hopping in, just say what's up, and I don't know, drop whatever you want in the comments. Just let me know that you're here. I'm gonna drop some stuff for you guys on this Facebook Live. If you find any value with it, share it. That's it. I don't really care. I'm not here to do anything crazy, but if you find value in it, share it, because I like to really do my best to share value, and that kind of shows me that I'm able to do so. What's up, Nikolai? What's up, Kirsten? What's up, Stephanie? Good to see you. Marcus, Alexi, Kelly, Crystal, all you fun people here. Everyone's like talking about this Facebook algorithm, and I'm like sitting here thinking, I don't really care. I know who my real friends are. I know who you are, and we're always communicating anyways, whether it's by phone, text, or Facebook Messenger. So I'm really excited. I'm going to talk about a few things, but hey, Beach Money, go get this new revised edition. I'm going to talk about how to blast through 2018, but the whole post of the whole what I was talking about here on my post as I'm doing this video was 2.0. The reason why I'm talking about 2.0, hey, what's up, Jennifer? What's up, Mickey? What's up, Jody? The reason why I'm talking about 2.0 is for a couple of reasons. Why? Because there comes a moment in every single person's life when it's time to just plant your flag, when it's time to just draw the line on the sand and say, hey, you know what? This is like the last year of me being me. When next year comes along, next year, December, like, people wouldn't even recognize me. Like, that's what your mentality should be coming in for 2018. And if you're not there yet, one day you will be. But where I'm at right now is helping people understand that it is really that time to take yourself to the next level. It's really that time to go. Like, 1.0 was you maybe the last year, maybe the last 5 years, last 10 years, whatever it is. But 2018 has to be your 2.0 year. It has to be the year that you take yourself to that next level. And if you're with me, if you want to take next year to the next level, drop a 1 in the comments and let me know that 2018 is going to be your year. Because I know what? 2018 is my year. It's already done. It's already planned in a calendar. I already know what I'm going to be doing every single day of 2018. I know what I'm going to be reading. I know like everything is mapped out, period, from day one to day done. And there's some crazy things that's going to be going down in 2018. You're going to get sick of my face because I'm going to be all over. I'm going to be on podcasts. I'm going to be on interviews. I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be on Instagram, Snapchat. I'm just going to take over. That's my mentality. Like, what is your mentality coming into 2018? What do you want to achieve personally for yourself and for your family? And I want to talk about some of the things that happened this year and how I really manifested that into my life. Okay, so a couple things. Hey, what's up, Mickey? What's up, Myra? What's up, everybody? So, by the way, if you find value in this, hey, share it. Anthony, haven't talked to you in forever, but it's good to see you. 2 years ago, brokest point of my life 2 years ago, and I think it was because I had a broke mindset. But 2 years ago, I literally looked at my bank account. There was like $34, right? But I also looked at my daughter. She wanted Disneyland. And so I wrote on my calendar that by December of 2017, I'd be taking my family on a trip to Disneyland, period. Like, that's all that I knew. That's all that I thought about every single day. What I did too was I went onto Google Images and I put in Christmas Disneyland, because there's a certain vibe in Disneyland around Christmas time that's really exciting. I mean, all the lights are up, music is playing. It's just a whole different kind of vibe that you feel in there. I'd never been there for Christmas Disneyland before, and my daughter wanted that experience. Well, all my kids wanted it, but just my daughter was so excited about the princesses and Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse. She was so young, and she was like, man, I want to see those things. That was my driving motivator for 2017. That's what I wanted to achieve. And so what I did was I printed off pictures of Christmas Disneyland. Also, what I did was I downloaded those images into my photo albums on my phone. And every single day, my daughter would come up and she'd say, hey, Dad, let me look at the dream album. And so she'd look at the dream album, she'd go by picture, and she says, oh, I want to go there. I want to go on that ride. I want to do this. I want to do that. Oh, I love Christmas Disneyland, Dad. I can't wait to go. I can't wait to go. Can't wait to go. And the next thing that they also asked me was that they wanted to fly there. They didn't want to drive there. I live in Utah, so it's not that far of a drive, but they wanted the experience of hopping on a plane. So I said, cool, whatever. That was my mentality. That's all I focused on in 2017, and we got back from Disneyland like last week, and it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. We flew there, did everything that we wanted to do. Keep in mind, like, I only had like $34 in my bank account 2 years ago. What I'm trying to tell you is you can change your life very, very fast if you choose to. Now, I changed my life in about 24 months. That's too slow. You can do it a lot faster. That's why 2018 is going to be the next year, the next level kind of year, 2.0 for me. So a couple of things. Number one, I want to talk about a grid. This is a grid mentality that I've had for the last 365 days. This is what I've done in 2017, and this is what I encourage for you to do to really knock a home run in 2018. So, by the way, if you find value in this, please share it. Thank you so much for watching. By the way, for some reason I can't look at Facebook comments or I can't look at comments when I'm doing a Facebook Live. I'm not really that tech savvy. So here's what I'm going to tell you. This is a grid, okay? This is a grid, and on the first section, it has my 10 habits that I have to do every single day. For you, it may not be 10 habits. Maybe for you, it's 3 habits. Maybe for you, it's 5 habits, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. The whole point I'm trying to make is what I did was I printed off a grid that had 10 empty slots. And in each slot, I wrote down a specific habit that I wanted to follow in and day out for 365 days, okay? One of the things that Darren Hardy talks about all the time is your life will begin to change the moment you begin to track it. Right? Because you can tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna read 10 pages of a good book every single day, and maybe you did that Monday through Wednesday. You didn't do it for the next 2 weeks because you didn't track yourself. You didn't hold yourself accountable. You didn't have a grid in front of you where every single day at the end of the day, you had to go in there and check everything off, right? So a few of mine were like, read 30 pages of a good book every single day, right? Exercise every single day, reach out to 30 people to talk about my business or my product every single day, follow up with 30 people every single day. There was just these certain habits that I had to do every single day in and day out in order for me to reach my pinnacle. And what I got excited about more than anything wasn't even the pinnacle anymore. It was no longer even Disneyland. My whole excitement came that every single day I was knocking off checklists. I was checking things off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Now here's the thing. Hey, what's up, Kristen? Here's the thing. A grid allowed me to hold myself accountable. That did not mean that I was perfect. Like, I missed a whole boatload of days, right? Like, there were like weeks, like 3-4 weeks where I'd be consistent day in and day out. Maybe week 5, boom, it was done. It was over. I wasn't consistent for a few days, or maybe a few days turned into like a week or 2 weeks. It just happens to all of us. So my whole razor's edge for 2018 is understanding that I could have completely taken myself to the next level on everything, physically, mentally, financially, spiritually, if I had not missed a day. 2018, my tagline is do not miss one single day. Okay, so as I'm talking about this, figure out what your tagline is for 2018. What's your personal tagline? Maybe for you it's all about fitness. For me, my whole thing concluded of, what's it called? It was health, it was business, it was family. I want to make sure that I'm devoting time to my business. I want to make sure that I'm devoting time to my family. I want to make sure that I'm devoting time to my health. Let me give you some crazy that happened to me 3 months ago. I woke up one day. I could not move my right arm. Like, there was so much pain going through like my neck, down to like my shoulder, down to my arm, and my pinky finger and my ring finger were numb. Like, it was crazy, right? Now, keep in mind, I'm 29 years of age, so I'm thinking like, my gosh, what's going on? So anyways, I try to like do some stretches or whatever, but after a few weeks of not being able to really do much, I ended up going to the doctors, and they said, hey, you have a couple of pinched nerves back here, right? So I had a couple pinched nerves, and so I've been going to the physical therapist 2 days a week for the past like 3 months. It's actually been kind of fun. But anyways, but now I'm good. And it was a lot of lacking of like the proper exercises or the proper stretches every single day, that finally over time led up to me having these pinched nerves. And it was just crazy. Like, it was the worst time for me because I couldn't even pick up a book. I couldn't even pick up my phone to send out some messages or to call people. It was literally like I could do nothing, right? And well, the only thing I could do was download PDFs onto my laptop, and read those. But even then, like, I had to keep my neck in proper position. Otherwise, like, it would start to hurt more. So it was just a real bad time. But the whole point of it is that it was the consistency in what I didn't do that led me to having a pinched nerve. So everything that you do every single day, and at the same time, every single thing that you neglect every single day will eventually lead to something in your life. And it doesn't appear in 30 days, maybe not even in 60 days. This whole thing took like 3 years, where all of a sudden, boom, like I couldn't even move my arm, right? And so I think 2018 is going to be one of the biggest years yet for every single one of us. And I'm here to cheer every single person on in this Facebook Live, because I just believe that right now in this world, everywhere, it doesn't matter what country you're in, there is so much dang opportunity everywhere. There is so much money to be made everywhere. There are so many gyms everywhere that can put you into health. There's so many good foods out there that can make your health better. There's so much abundance in everything. And the only reason why you're not manifesting that into your life, the only reason why you're not bringing that into existence is because, and I hate saying you, I'm talking about me, is because I haven't taken my mentality to the next level. Let me give you guys a couple of things that changed my business last month. Last month, I had a certain goal that I wanted to hit. Last month, 2 days before the month ended, I'm sitting there thinking, gosh, I'm too far from my goal. I'm too far from my goal. There's absolutely no way I'm going to get it. There's absolutely no way I'm going to get it. So, you know what? I'm going to hit it in December. And my second thought process was like, well, that's a stupid thought. Like, why would you hit it in December? You still have 48 hours to go. Let's see what happens in 48 hours. So here's the one thing that I did and here's the 3 things that'll, like 2018, you'll blow past everybody if you do these 3 things. Number 1, and you read it in Think and Grow Rich, which is a definite chief aim. What's your definiteness of purpose, right? For me, in those 48 hours, my definiteness of purpose was to achieve my goal, period. I convinced myself that it was going to happen. There was never a thought process in, hey, you know what? If it doesn't happen, I'll just do my best and then I'll hit it in December. No, it was like, come heck or high water, in 48 hours, my goal is done, achieved, period. And every single moment that I felt defeated during those 48 hours, I just closed my eyes and I'd envision my goal being achieved. And I had to do that like 10, 12 times a day, because as entrepreneurs or as networkers, whatever kind of cells you're in, you feel defeated a lot of times during the day. And so I had to figure a way out to keep myself in my A game. And so when a negative thought creeped in, I had to just close my eyes, take that thought away by envisioning something different for me. I had to envision something, a different outcome, right? And so how many times do you fall to your own personal defeat because you put yourself there, because you said, hey, you know what? You justified it. It's okay. If I don't hit it, that's cool. I'll get it later. Hey, you know what? I've been eating like garbage Monday through Friday, so I'm going to eat like garbage Saturday and Sunday, and I'm going to start fresh again on Sunday. When you start to change your thoughts, when you start to change your mentality, when you start to really define what it is that you want, what's your definiteness of purpose for whatever it is, it can be for a year, 6 months, 2 months, whatever it is, when you truly define what your purpose is, and you decide that it's done, you decide that it's yours, period. And things will start to come to you. People will start to come to you. Things will start to manifest into your life the moment you make that decision. So step 1 is definiteness of purpose. Have you made that decision that 2018 is going to be your biggest year yet? Have you defined exactly what it is that you want coming in 2018? I know I have. Period. There's nothing getting in. Like 2018, it's already done. I already told people, like, it's done. It's done. Biggest year in income, biggest year in health, like everything. It's just done. I already know it. Put it in my mind, done. Put it on my calendar, put it on my vision board. It's done. It's everywhere. Boom, period, done. Now I'm looking forward to 2019 because it'll even be a bigger year. How focused are you in making 2018 your biggest year yet? Are you ready to take yourself to a 2.0 level? Are you ready to take yourself to that next level, right? And so drop a 2 in the comments if you're ready to take yourself to 2.0 level. And maybe a lot of you are watching this live, maybe you're watching the replay. If you're watching the replay, drop a 2 if you're committed to taking your life in 2018 to the next level, because I know I am. And you know what? The craziest part about success is this, is that success doesn't only affect you. It doesn't only impact you, right? Like success, when you start to achieve financial success, it's the blessings that begin to come into your life, not just for you, but the people around you that begin to benefit. Your family begins to benefit. Your friends begin to benefit because maybe now you're traveling with your family. You're traveling over here. You're doing certain things that you couldn't do before, all because of a financial blessing that came your way that now you're impacting people. But guess what? The same goes for failure. If you do not commit to being the very best that you can, if you do not achieve your goals in 2018, if you don't get to the pinnacle of what you want for yourself and you lose and you fail in 2018, guess who also gets the consequences of that? Your family, your friends, the people around you, yourself. It doesn't just you. So success and failure affect us all and everyone in the same single way. And the only thing that's going to change for you is, number one, making that definiteness of purpose. Like I'm ready to go. It's done. So number one is definiteness of purpose. Number two is a positive mental attitude. This is like last month. I mean, the things that happened last month were crazy for me in every area of my life. All because I decided to have a positive mental attitude. Now, there's this, by the way, if you want this grid, I'm going to talk more about this grid, but if you want a copy of this grid, just drop a 3 in the comments below. And what I'll do is I'll send you a message later on today with the PDF so you can print it out, because this is all I do. This is like my roadmap. You don't have to have this crazy thing like mapped out. It's little things, right? So positive mental attitude. We have all heard positive mental attitude. We have all heard, oh, if you're positive, you're positive. Like, keep this in mind. There's certain things that happen to us that really knock us down. So what does a positive mental attitude really mean? It just means you change the way you look at things. Okay, so like all of a sudden people quit your business. Instead of you saying my business does not work, you say I got to get better to attract better people. Right? Like if something negative happens in your life, look for the positive in it. The positive in me having a pinched nerve, me not being able to move my arm, is that I decided that, you know what? Now it's time to take my health to the next level. Like I looked for the good in it. I looked like all the stuff that I've learned in physical therapy really helped me. So what I'm saying is this, is having a positive mental attitude will always serve you, and here is why. There's this book called Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. It was written by a guy named W. Clement Stone and also written by Napoleon Hill. W. Clement Stone is a guy that was born in 1903. 1903. And this guy lived to be 100 years old. He died in 2003. Okay? Now that's just crazy in itself. What's up, Jelena? What's up, Lindsay? So, Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by W. Clement Stone and by Napoleon Hill. If you want a copy of that book through PDF form, just drop a 4 in the comments. I'll go back through my comments later and I'll send you a private message with the PDF file for Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude. Now, this book's kind of long, but here is the crazy part. W. Clement Stone was broke. Okay, he was broke when he was born. He was broke being 5, 7, 10 years old. His father left him. He was only there with his mom, right? When he was 13 years old, he says that it was his mom's birthday. And the only thing that he wanted to do was to make her happy, right? That's the only thing that he wanted to do was to make her happy. And it was her birthday, but he had no money to buy her anything. He had no money to buy her anything. And that day he wakes up and he says a prayer. Right now, whatever you believe in, it could be God, Buddha, a snake, a cow, a higher power, whatever it is. I'm not here to judge that, but what I'm saying is he prayed. He prayed, and his prayer was simple. It was like, please allow me to be able to bless my mom with a gift for her birthday. And he kept that in his mind throughout the day. He kept that throughout his mind all day long. And guess what? He's walking. It's cold, right? He's walking, and all of a sudden he steps on something, and he keeps walking, but he feels prompted to look back and see what it was. So he walks back and he looks, and there's a $10 bill on the floor, just sitting there. Right? Now, keep in mind, $10 in 1903, or 19, who knows at that time, 1915, 1916, it's quite a bit of money. He goes and he uses that money and he buys his mom a gift. He comes home and he gives her this gift, and she was so happy. And what he learned was that money does make you happy. And I know a lot of us are sometimes like this whole mentality of like, oh, money, I'm only here to help people. No, that's not true. Because if it's true, you can send me your commission check and go keep helping people, right? Like we're all here to also bless our lives and the lives of others through financial rewards, right? And so he learned at that point that he committed at that point that he was always going to succeed through a positive mental attitude, because he learned at that point was that if he kept the prayer in his heart and in his mind that it was done, that was his definiteness of purpose, it was going to happen. By the time he was 17 years old, he was making about $5,000 a week in income selling life insurance. By the time he was 16, $5,000 a week. How much is $5,000 a week back in like 1917, 1918? Selling life insurance as a kid. Breaking records, all sorts of, like he broke every company record, and he based his whole life on a positive mental attitude. Having a positive mental attitude. How do you think your customers are going to respond to you? How do you think your promoters are going to respond to you? How do you think life is going to respond to you when you come at life with a positive mental attitude, with you searching for the good in everything? Right? How is life gonna reward you being grateful in everything, right? Because those are the things that begin to reward you a little bit more. The third thing is this. So the first thing is definiteness of purpose. The second thing is a positive mental attitude. The third thing is going the extra mile. Okay? Ask yourself this question. How should I expect to get paid more in my business or in my job or in any career if I'm not first putting in more work to go the extra mile? Like, does it make sense to go to your boss today and say, hey, listen, Bob, give me a pay raise, buddy. I promise you, if you give me a pay raise, then I'll work harder. Then I'll do more for your business. That's not the mentality of most people. Most people, if they have to be at work by 9, they're arriving at 9:01. And if they have to clock out at 5, they're clocking out at 4:59. They're trying to do as least as possible just to maintain what they have. That's mediocrity. That's complacency. And the most dangerous place you can be in your life is a comfort zone. Because the moment that you're happy and satisfied with your results is the moment that you stop growing. Going the extra mile with a positive mental attitude will absolutely rock your world. Going the extra mile means that if you get a new customer today, you send them a little letter and say, thank you so much, I appreciate you doing business with me. That means that if your distributor is filling down, that you're sending a letter saying, hey, I believe in you. We got this. Let's go. Going the extra mile means that you're not looking for a reward, and it doesn't even have to benefit you. Going the extra mile is, if there's a lady that's got all these groceries that she's trying to put in her car and she's struggling with it and you see it, that you decide to pull over, get out of your car and help her. That's called going the extra mile for people. The moment you start going the extra mile in every area of your life, the rewards, the blessings, and the abundance just starts to pour into your life. The moment you start going the extra mile for your neighbor, for your friend, for a stranger, for your family members, that's the moment your life begins to change. You have a positive mental attitude. You're going the extra mile, and you have a definiteness of purpose in your mind and in your heart. There's absolutely no way 2018 won't be a record breaker for you. Hands down, I promise you. I want to share a quick story, but before I share this quick story, anyone that's in network marketing or direct sales, whatever it is, go purchase the new book of Beach Money. Okay, Beach Money, I promise you, one of the best books I've ever read. Read it like 8 years ago. Jordan Adler revised it, got a new one out. I love it. There's a new one called Better Than Beach Money coming in January. Just go buy this book. To me, it's literally the best like network marketing book out there. Okay, so, you know, there's a story, and this is like an old story. It just came to mind, and so I'm not going to tell it correctly, but a lot of y'all might have heard this story. So, you know, they said that like when the gods were building this world, they wanted to plant the seeds of greatness, but they wanted to hide it from like evil. They wanted to have the seeds of greatness, but they wanted to hide it from jealousy or from envy or from negativity. So they had like this little round table of, where do we plant the seed of greatness? Where do we plant these seeds of greatness? And some of the gods said, hey, you can hide the seeds of greatness in the highest mountain, because, you know, it'll be impossible for a human to walk the entire mountain to get to the top. They'll never find it. Like, we can hide the seeds of greatness there, right? And then the other God said, well, hey, listen, we can hide the seeds of greatness at the bottom of the sea, at the very, very depths of the sea. We can hide it there because most people won't be able to physically go to the very, very bottom of the sea, right? And another God said, hey, you know what? We're gonna plant these seeds of greatness. We're gonna put it in the woods somewhere. We're gonna put it in the woods in like a faraway land where no one will ever be able to get to and no one will ever find it. And then one of the gods said, you know what? He was like, the very best place to plant the seeds of greatness is going to be in the most logical place ever, but no one will ever look. We're going to plant the seeds of greatness inside every single human being. Because humans will travel to the highest mountaintops, they'll go to the bottom of the sea, they'll search land. But the one thing that we always forget to do is we forget to search within ourselves the seeds of greatness. They're already there. There is absolutely nothing that you have to go out there to look for. Like, you can go look for anything that you want, right? And keep in mind, you know, there's other cool things that you can get into, you know, like courses and trainings and all that stuff. That's fine. But until you develop the seeds of greatness inside yourself, until you find that within yourself, until you learn to love yourself enough to know that success is already in you. Success is already embedded in you. The riches are already in you. Abundance, blessings, success, fun, happiness, growth, fulfillment, impact. All those words, they're already inside you. And all you have to do is develop the seeds of greatness within you, and everything begins to flourish. 2018 can be the best year for you. I know it'll be the best year for me, but that's because I'm committed to it. And I'm going at it with a positive mental attitude. And there's absolutely nothing that's going to get in my way. No doubt, no fear, no trial, no error. Like, it's full throttle, baby. It's time to go. So for you, define what you want. Define it. And go at it with a positive mental attitude and go the extra mile every single day, day in and day out. 2018, you'll break records in every area of your life. I'm in this live right now. If you find value in it, please share it. That's all I ask. If you want this grid that I talked about, because this is the grid that I utilize to, you know, discipline and habits are everything. So I have this grid where I write down all my habits. I have top 10 habits, and then it has Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then at the end of every single day, I have to look at this grid and I have to cross it off. I have to cross it off, I have to cross it off. And that's how you that's how you monitor yourself. That's how you track yourself and keep yourself accountable. If you want this, I'll send you the PDF form. Just drop a 3 in the comments and I'll send you the grid. Now, if you want a copy, a PDF copy of Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by W. Clement Stone, drop a 4 in the comments. I'll go back over the next few hours and I'll message you individually each of these things. So with that, everyone, thanks for tuning in, and you all have a Merry Christmas.